Now, all of a sudden, we have an outside influence who believes, I think he is president, and that's President Musk, who has not elected, has no authority, and trying to really upend what the services are to the American people.
The left is continuing to have an absolute meltdown about Elon Musk. All of a sudden, Democrats everywhere are opposed to billionaires having a sway in politics. It's almost as if Soros doesn't exist. These people love it when Soros funds, crazy left-wing freaking riots. They love when the billionaires are bonding out BLM after the Summer of Love riots. They love Bill Gates and his fight on climate change as he tries to stop cow farts from ruining the world. And boy, oh boy, did they love Mark Zuckerberg when he was censoring people for telling the truth about COVID, and when he kicked Donald Trump off of Facebook. They loved it. They love their billionaires, right? They love that for the longest, they had the monopoly on big tech. They loved the billionaires when the billionaires were controlling the social media platforms and were all, part of the left-wing cult. But now that we got one guy who bought one social media platform, who may be, kind of going against the radical left all of a sudden, oh my God, billionaires being involved in politics, having a sway in politics, using their money for political purposes, it's so bad. But this is what we always see from the left. They will do something, and if you do the same, or if you counteract whatever they're doing, they will freak out about it. So right now, oh my God, the Republican Party is the party of billionaires. It's the party that's controlling the media, but the right wing is not controlling the media. We have one social media platform, X. Only one social media platform out of dozens, and you could create more if you want to. Isn't that what they would used to say? When, I guess you could say right-wingers or just anyone who is opposed to the leftist cult, when you would get banned off of Facebook and kicked off of Instagram, kicked off of TikTok, what did they say? Just create your own platform. When they kicked Donald Trump off of all of these platforms, just create your own, and he did. But they got to freak out. They keep just constantly freaking out about Elon Musk. They hardly don't even talk about Trump anymore. And when they are talking about Trump, when they are freaking out about Trump, it's something that's tied to Elon Musk. It's so crazy to see this transition. I knew it was coming. I warned you all it was coming. But to watch it just play out right in front of our eyes. And I'm watching as people who used to have TDS, now they have EDS. Elon derangement syndrome. All of the people who dedicated their entire lives to hating Trump for the last 10 years are now going to dedicate the next 10 years to hating Elon Musk. And if you turn on CNN or MSNBC, Trump is no longer the main villain. Elon is. They're treating Trump like he's the henchman. He's an afterthought to Elon Musk now because they know that after 4 years, Trump's out of there. But Elon is still going to be one of the richest men on the planet, one of the most influential men on the planet. And they want to try to dismantle that before the next election. But I want to go ahead and roll this clip of what was being said on CNN. Let's listen to Van Jones, who loves Soros, he loves Bill Gates, he loves all of the other billionaires, but Elon Musk, even coming close to Donald Trump, it's a problem, right? Let's go ahead and roll this clip. Let's watch him get embarrassed. Then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
There are big fancy college words called oligarchy, plutocracy that folks tonight might want to look up. It's called rule by rich folks. And that's what we're dealing with. A bunch of rich folks, two rich people threw a fit online and threw the government upside down. That is not good for America. Now, did the bill go from big to little? What happened is that the bipartisan deal that got struck by elected officials of our country were overthrown by two billionaires throwing a fit, and it's not even January.
Scott, what's your take on that?
Well, if Van is concerned about unelected officials running the government, I would invite him to review the last 4 years of the Biden administration and maybe pick up the Wall Street Journal this week. We've apparently had a president that's so diminished that his staff has been hiding it from the American people and making key decisions on behalf of our government, despite never having been elected to anything at all. So if you're concerned about it tonight, maybe take a look over the last 4 years. Look, I think ultimately all's well that ends well. The government did not shut down. We're not in any kind of crisis over the holidays here. And when the Republicans get sworn in January and Trump comes to the office on January the 20th, they're going to have to come together as a team and decide, are we going to work together or not? That's ultimately how you get things done in a legislative body. This is where the Democrats had some things right. Jeffries had them unified, and that.
When it comes to Trump and how much the mainstream media demonized Trump over the last decade or 8 or 9 years, a lot of people may have a hard time pinpointing when that started. You see, the media loved Trump. They would even encourage him to run for president, but then when he did, all hell broke loose, right? Now, like I said, some people cannot pinpoint when that hate campaign started, when the media flipped, because it happened basically overnight. And a lot of people weren't really paying attention to Trump or worried about Trump until after he was already president or running for president, and the media was whipping up people into a frenzy about it. But right here, we've witnessed it. We're all paying attention, and we were able to witness when the media just immediately flipped on Elon. They loved Elon. Elon was the left-wing savior that was going to destroy and defeat climate change with, his electric vehicles and all of that. But then, within a snap of a finger overnight, the media immediately started demonizing and hating Elon Musk because he stepped out of line. He started questioning some of the leftist narratives, as anyone with common sense would do. And then they pushed him away. They started going crazier and crazier and crazier. And now when you turn on the news any given day, he is the topic of discussion, crying constantly about Elon, while trying to whip up the same people who they whipped up in a frenzy about Trump. They're trying to do it with Elon, and that's the next goal. That's the next mission. And it's so obvious. It's so clear. It's clear as day. All you got to do is turn on the mainstream media for 5 minutes, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I know no one really watches them anymore anyways, at least no one with dignity. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.